Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Dylan here. We have a major bombshell today from Joe Rogan. He just came out and spoke about the mysterious drones that are flying around, and he brought on an ex-Navy pilot to discuss this, a man who has a lot of connections and a lot of experience dealing with weapons of mass destruction. And so Joe Rogan actually talked about this. The Biden and Harris administration are being completely silent about these drones that are going all over New Jersey, as well as now here in California and in other states. People are getting those drone sightings as well. So we're gonna bring on Joe Rogan. Make sure to subscribe to this channel, my friends, because we're going to be sharing very important updates. Make sure to comment below and click the like button. All right, let's dive in.
So, I've had the privilege of interacting with a lot of government organizations over the past few years as I've been digging down this rabbit hole. Law enforcement at a federal level, DOD, executive branch, legislative branch, and some of the folks that I've come in contact with, they specifically work on weapons of mass destruction. Okay, so that's their job. So if there's a loose nuke in the United States, among other agencies, they would be some of the people that would be sitting in a skiff for 24 hours a day trying to figure out where it is and to go get it, right? So you can imagine that would be their number one priority. Right, so I engage with these folks. I ask them, what's the sense here? People are kind of starting to panic a little bit, and this message is getting out there more and more broadly. And they assured me that's not the case, that there is not a loose nuke or other type of weapon of mass destruction that these objects, whatever they are pursuing right now. Otherwise, they would be working in a skiff nonstop to make that go away, that problem go away.
So according to this guy, it's not a nuke. They're not searching for that. That is very strange because Trump said that he doesn't think it's a foreign threat. So then that begs the question, what are they searching for?
That's part of why I have a high confidence level that this is not a response to a massive imminent weapons of mass destruction threat on the eastern seaboard.
There is a case, though, that there was essentially a train that had missing components. There was a train car that may be connected to this radioactive material. Drones were not tracking missing radioactive material. There's so much we're getting our news right now from Fox and ABC. It's like, why doesn't the government just come out and talk about this? Fact check. Drones were not tracking missing radioactive material in New Jersey. A shipment containing trace amounts of radioactive material has been located. Yeah, this is what the drones look like. These videos are going all over. It's so strange. Super strange. Okay, ABC News is fact-checking us. It's like, why isn't the Biden administration coming out and talking about it? Trump already came out and said that that Biden and Harris should come out and address the people. Look at all these. These are apparently huge drones. These are not small little drones at all. These are big ones.
This is the latest in the world of Ryan.
So let's keep listening.
So I just want to try to dispel that rumor right now. I've seen a lot of talk of that online. And I don't, although this is I think a dangerous and a scary situation that's going on right now, at least from that particular angle, that's not the indications I'm receiving.
So how would they persuaded you? Just by saying that's not the case? Or have they given you any information that leads to this conclusion?
They would be the people actively working it, essentially, right? So,
and they're not
working it, right? So the government is holding back that secret from the direct resources within the government that are responsible for finding these systems, or they're not working the issue because there's an issue there to work.
So the thing that I had heard was that it was a missing nuke from Ukraine, and if that was the case, what could they do? Is there any truth to this idea that we have the type of drone capability that we could send these things out and they would search for gamma radiation and they'd be able to find a nuke? Is that...
So there are teams that respond to those types of potential emergencies, typically within the Department of Energy. Having potentially hundreds of drones flying around trying to identify these isn't necessarily the best way. Gamma radiation is typically well shielded in weapons, and at very high altitudes or even moderate altitudes, like we're seeing these objects, it would be pretty difficult to detect them. And the way that NIST, DOE typically operates in this environment is ground-based teams searching for radiation itself. So it's not necessarily consistent with how they would do it to begin with. And then based off of that other information, that's what leads me to believe that's not the case.
Well, that makes me feel better, because I was freaking out this weekend.
I think a lot of people were.
Yeah, I got a couple. But it's one of those things, especially in this day and age with social media. There's so many narratives that get spread and retweeted. And, I know a guy who's an insider, and he says to get out of the East Coast and, head for Nevada. Or, there's a lot of that shit going on.
Yeah.
It's even worse, though, that we just have radio silence from our own government. And Trump basically said that the government knows what they are, but they're not telling the people. And Trump said, you need to tell the people. Transparency. I mean, I guess if the government doesn't want to tell us, there's a reason why, right? So what is the reason? Why does the government not want to tell us? Is it to protect us? Is the government trying not to tell us so that they can protect us? And so that other nations aren't aware of it? But it seems like other nations are gonna obviously be able to do, they hear about this. These drone sightings. I'm sure other countries, just like you and I are watching this video, are going to be able to see these drone sightings. This is going all over the internet. Time-lapse footage from last night capturing the unexplained phenomenon occurring over New Jersey. This is weird. Look at this. It's strange. So this is in fast forward. You can see how fast the cars are moving. These are not just quick flyby trips. These are going around and around and this way, that way, this way, that way. They're spending so much time. 1,500 drones create a Chinese dragon in the sky. Yeah, apparently China has crazy drone technology. They can do some crazy wild stuff that we've never even seen here in America. Whole on light displays. Motion detection on door cams started recording. Looks like look at these. This is nuts. These are just flying around the sky. These are huge, massive drones. So interestingly enough, Joe Rogan's actually discussing this, but I want to hear from you guys. What do you think is going on? Comment your thoughts down below.